This 2025 NFL draft prospect is a game wrecker. What is going on, everybody? True Boy Bully here, coming at you with another video for the channel. The last draft prospect episode, man, I had so much fun doing these, man. Y'all loved it. We're talking about Texas A&M defensive stud Shamar Stewart and how he could potentially be a game wrecker in today's NFL. Before I get into the video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get straight to the video. Shamar Stewart enters the 2025 NFL draft process as a high upside traits-based defensive line prospect who has scouts intrigued by his physical tools and untapped potential. A former consensus five-star recruit from Miami, Florida, Stewart was one of the crown jewels of Texas A&M historic 2022 recruiting class. He stands at 6'5" and weighs around 270 pounds with long arms, a thick muscular frame, and a natural build that screams NFL edge rusher. Physically, he checks every single box. When you watch him on tape, the first thing that stands out is his strength at the point of attack. He consistently sets a hard edge in the run game, showing the ability to lock out offensive tackles and control gaps. He's difficult to move and brings a level of physicality that defensive coordinators will love. As a pass rusher, Stewart is still developing, but there are moments that show real promise. His go-to move is a powerful bull rush, and when he times the snap correctly, he can explode into the backfield and drive offensive linemen straight into the quarterback's lap. He also has solid, very solid closing speed for his size. When he gets free, he finishes plays with authority. His power to speed ratio is among the best in his class. However, he's not yet a polished rusher, which he can work on. Stewart often lacks a clear pass rush plan and relies too much on raw strength. He rarely strings moves together or uses finesse, which limits his effectiveness against more technical sound linemen. There are also concerns about his first step quickness. While he can flash an explosive get off, he's inconsistent with timing the snap, which sometimes neutralizes his power advantage. One area scouts will continue to monitor is his motor and snap-to-snap impact. Stewart has the traits to take over games, but there are stretches where he disappears or doesn't affect the play at all. Kind of reminds me, seeing stuff like that kind of reminds me of Chase Young post-injury, and I don't want that to happen again in DC. But it's not a question of effort when it comes to Stewart. He plays hard, but more about learning to play with consistent urgency and refining his instincts. He's shown improvements in reading plays and disengaging from blocks, but he'll need to continue developing his football IQ and reaction time at the next level. He also has positional versatility. Texas A&M would occasionally line him up as a 3-4 tech on passing downs, and he held up surprisingly well. That versatility could make him even more valuable to NFL teams that rotate defensive linemen across multiple spots. In terms of scheme fit, Stewart is best suited for a 4-3 defense front where he can play as a strong side end, but he can also thrive in a multiple front system that allows him to rush from both the edge and interior. He's not a perfect fit as a stand-up 3-4 outside linebacker due to his size and preferred play style. He's at his best when he can put his hand in the dirt and power through blockers. Teams like the Ravens, Saints, Steelers, and potentially even the Commanders are known for physical defensive linemen. They ideally need one, and I think those are ideal landing spots. If he lands on a team that can coach him up to his techniques and unlock his pass rush toolbox, he has potential to be a dominant force. I think right now Stewart is projected as a day two pick, most likely in the second or third round, but wouldn't be a shock if he sneaks in that late first round after the combine and pro days. If he runs well and interviews strongly, which he did, teams could fall in love with his upside. This is a player you draft not for who he is right now, but for where he would become in 2 to 3 years. With his NFL strength and conditioning, proper coaching, Shamar Stewart has a ceiling of a multi-time Pro Bowler caliber defensive end. He's not a finished product, but there is something special about him. And again, like I mentioned, the Commanders are a team that needs that edge rusher that can dominate the game, be a game wrecker, can cause a turnover when needed. I'm looking at my boy Josh Taylor on Twitter. He said that Shamar Stewart is a name that's dropping down the boards more and more often to Washington at pick 29. Jordan Reed, ESPN analyst, has him as the best value pick for Washington. Trading for, I'm gonna look at the reasoning, but trading for Stewart ranked number 28 on the board is one of the most polarizing prospects in the class because he only had 1.5 sacks last season despite having athletic traits that popped at the combine. Washington could be potentially taking a risk because of his immense potential. And again, it all goes back to the potential. If you're at pick 29 and you think that Shamar Stewart with this defensive coaching staff that we have, I think defensive line coach, I'm forgetting his name right now, but Joe Witt, defensive coordinator, do you think you can get him to be that next edge rusher that could take over games? Michael Miles Garrett, like a Micah Parsons, like a TJ Watt. If you think so, take him at pick 29. Again, the stats, 1.5 sacks, it is a little concerning, but you draft him for potential. And at pick 29, I don't see why not. If he's there and you love him and other prospects that you wanted are gone, take a shot at him. So I wouldn't mind also maybe I don't think he's gonna fall late to us in the second because that second rounder that we have is late. I don't even know if we have it. Do we still have that second? I think we, I don't know. I'm out of the place right now, guys. But the draft is less than a week away. Shamar Stewart, that's another guy that I want the Commanders to target. We'll see where he lands. He has high bust potential, but also high boom potential. So it's very, very risky. But whatever this coaching staff does, I have full faith that they know what they're doing. Yeah, man, NFL draft is coming up. Pick 29, baby. We're gonna be waiting a while. I can't wait. But thank you guys for supporting the draft prospect series. It's very exciting. I can't wait to do it next year. I'm out. Head to the Commanders. Peace. Watch out for Shamar Stewart, baby.